All right, let's talk about a kind of threat that's happening all around us. A lot of the time, completely under the radar. It doesn't show up with a loud bang, but more like a quiet, creeping takeover. Yep, we're talking about invasive species.
I mean, imagine an invasion, but not of armies. Instead, it's plants, animals, even tiny microorganisms. They're like this unseen enemy that can just quietly dismantle entire ecosystems from the inside out. So, let's dig into how this silent invasion actually works. So, first things first, we hear this term all the time, right? Invasive species. But what does it really mean? What's the difference between a species that's just new to an area and one that's a truly destructive invader?
Well, the key thing isn't just about being in a new place. An invasive species is really a triple threat. One, it's not native. Two, it spreads like wildfire, usually because there are no natural predators to keep it in check. And three, this is the most critical part, it causes harm to the environment, to the economy, or even to our own health. Okay, so how on earth do these species travel thousands of miles across oceans and continents? Well, they are absolute master hitchhikers. And more often than not, we're the ones giving them a ride without even knowing it. Let's break down some of their favorite ways to travel. The number one pathway, by far, is global trade. You've got tiny organisms hiding in shipping containers or in the ballast water of giant cargo ships. Then, a little closer to home, maybe you see a beautiful exotic plant in a garden. Well, that can escape and just run wild. Sometimes people release unwanted pets, goldfish, snakes, you name it, into local ponds or forests, not realizing the huge damage they can cause. And finally, even just us, moving around. Tiny seeds or insects can cling to our hiking boots, our fishing gear, even our tires, catching a free lift to a brand new home.
So they've arrived. And this is where a quiet problem can turn into a full-blown crisis really fast. The impact can start small, with a bit of competition, but it can escalate all the way to a complete ecosystem collapse.
Think about a healthy native ecosystem. It's like a perfectly balanced Jenga tower. Every single species, from the tiniest bug to the biggest tree, has a role to play. They've all evolved together for thousands of years, and they all keep each other in check. Now, an invasive species, that's like someone trying to shove a brand new, totally wrong-sized block into that Jenga tower. All the old rules of balance are out the window, it just becomes an all-out brawl for survival. And the native species, they're often at a huge disadvantage. And they have all sorts of ways they attack. They might just eat all the food, leaving nothing for the locals. They could be aggressive predators that nothing in the new environment knows how to deal with. They often bring new diseases that native wildlife has zero immunity to. And some, get this, they actually change the environment itself, like the chemistry of the soil or the flow of water, making it impossible for the original residents to live there. The fallout from all this is just massive. We lose biodiversity as native species get crowded out. The economic costs are absolutely staggering. We're talking an estimated $1.4 trillion globally every single year. So this isn't just a nature problem, it's a human problem that affects everything from our food supply to our health. To make this threat feel a bit more real, let's look at some of the biggest culprits right here in Canada. These examples show just how different types of species can create totally different kinds of chaos. For instance, you've got the zebra mussel. It's a tiny mollusk that clogs up critical water pipes and basically starves out native fish. Or the emerald ash borer, an insect that has wiped out millions upon millions of ash trees. There is purple loosestrife. It looks pretty, but it's deadly, choking out entire wetlands. And even a bird, the European starling, which is so aggressive, it pushes our native birds right out of their nesting spots. Now, I know this can all feel like a huge, overwhelming problem, but here's the most important part of this entire explainer. Since we are the main reason these species spread, that means we are also the most powerful solution. And the solutions? They're actually pretty simple. First, clean your gear. After you've been out boating, hiking, or fishing, just clean everything. Get rid of any hitchhiking seeds or critters. Second, plant native species. When you're picking plants for your garden, choose ones that actually belong here. They support our local wildlife. Third, and this is a big one, don't let it loose. Never, ever release aquarium pets or plants into the wild. And finally, learn and report. Figure out what the big invaders are in your area and report them to your local conservation authorities if you see them.
This silent invasion is definitely real. But you know what? It's not unstoppable. Every single one of these small actions can make a huge difference in protecting the places we all depend on. So the only question left is, which one are you going to start with?